Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Dads Speak, a show where real dads share their stories about being present in their child's life with the goal of raising responsible adults. I'm your host, Sarah McClure, and my guest today is Andre Williams. Andre and I met at Orchestra Hall. Andre is a beverage program manager and proud dad of one son who lives about 15 miles away. Today, we're going to talk to Andre about parenting your child who lives in another household. Welcome, Andre.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. I'd like to start off by getting to know you, asking some basic questions. So, background questions. So, in what city did you grow up?
Detroit, Michigan.
All right. Where'd you go to school?
Middle school, Joy Middle School on East Warren. High school went to King High School for 2 years and went to Denby High School for 2 years.
Okay. Did you move? Is that why you switched high schools?
I don't know why I switched actually. It was kind of closer, I guess. Yeah, it was closer to because I did end up moving in with my dad though. So like halfway through, I started living with my dad, and he was only like 8 blocks from Denby High School, so I ended up going there.
All right. You have any siblings?
Yep, I got 5 siblings. I got 2 other brothers and 3 sisters.
Okay, are you guys close?
Yeah, pretty much. Some of them moved to Texas. My 2 sisters moved to Texas. One moved out Augusta, Georgia.
Oh,
so it's kind of the distance there, but we still do see each other every year.
They didn't like this cold and snow, huh?
I don't know what it was. With my one sister, after she graduated from MSU. I guess her and her boyfriend at the time, they still together, but I guess they just decided to move to Texas because of more opportunities for her degree with media production.
Okay.
My other 2 sisters, my one sister just moved to Texas maybe like 6 months ago or something like that, and I'm not sure why she moved there, but she said she planned on going to South Carolina eventually. But yeah, I don't know. The Detroit city, I guess, is not for everybody. After a while, you just get tired of it, I guess.
Yes, yeah. What'd your parents do for a living?
My dad, he retired from the Detroit Department of Transportation, DDOT bus system.
Okay.
My mom, she just been a server for a long time at IHOP, so she been serving, just doing service and managing there.
Okay, all right. So, what type of activities did you guys do as a family?
Well, so my dad used to like to go on trips every year. We'd go like when I was first, like probably like 2-3 years old, we went to Hawaii. I can't even remember that, but that's when my mom and him was married. They ended up getting divorced a few years later. But my dad used to like to go to trips, take us to the to parks like Belle Isle a lot. We used to go to Belle Isle a lot, and just different, just local stuff like the Grand Prix. We used to go there a lot. It was always, my dad used to always just take us different places, auto shows and everything. We used to go to Masonic Temple a lot of different things when I was younger.
All right. So after you graduated from high school, what was your next move to becoming a responsible adult?
Well, see, for me, after that, I did end up going to college for video game production. Like my first year there, I was going for video game production, but ended up deciding I didn't really like video game production. I only really like playing them, But then I switched over to digital media and just studied digital media, and that's what got me involved with like the videos and just making content and making music and stuff like that.
Okay, so what did you do after you found? So you started making music instead of doing videos, or?
Well, I always just been like just rapping locally, just around different places, going to different open mics and stuff like that, or just in the neighborhoods, But when it comes to once you start studying digital media, you want to start making videos, you want to start like doing production and recording and stuff like that. Just open up your mind a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You start getting familiar with different programs and different like what do you want to call like softwares and stuff like that. So you just just start opening up my mind to different things.
Okay, so
I've always been like locally just rapping, just a rapper or doing poetry somewhere and stuff like that.
So that's the career that you really like? Is that what you?
No, that's a hobby. Nah, when it comes to career, I'm not even nowhere near where I want to be with that. Like for a career, like I've kind of just want to just have my own business. I got my own business that I started. It's an art business, but I want to just be involved more in like just like illustration and like just voiceovers and like I don't know, I want to do like cartoons. Like one of my end goals probably would make like cartoons and just do voiceovers and stuff like that, because I feel like when it comes to cartoons, you can do a lot of that involves digital media. You know, you can illustrate, you can edit video, you can do voiceovers, do music, all in one little thing. You know, you can make it what you want to make it, because as far as your imagination go.
Okay. So, did you ever think about getting married? You know, once you get this career off the ground?
I think about getting married. I want to be married eventually at some point, but when it comes to that, it's really about you know, like how you say, it's really about being established with myself, like, you know, financially, like having a stable home and all this. You know, I got a few things going on, but you know, then with that, it comes with the other person too. You know what I'm saying? The other person got to pretty much be on that same kind of level.
So, tell me about your parents and your grandparents. Like you say, your mom and dad got divorced. Did your grandparents? Did you get to know your grandparents? Were they married long time?
I never knew my grandfather. I think he passed away like the same year I was born. That was my dad's dad. His mom, my granny. You know, growing up, I did. You know, we did see her often. Like my dad would come over here every day, go over her house every day, and that's actually the house that I'm living in now. It was my granny's house. But she passed away. Maybe like I think it was. I got her obituary over here, but I think she passed away in 20. I think it was 13. I gotta look at it. But she passed away, and you know, we was close though. I would come see my granny. Then on my mom's side, I never was really familiar with her father's, you know, her father. But her mom, you know, her mom live in Denver. She but she comes to Detroit every single year, every few months, really, like probably like every 6 months she'll come to Detroit. You know, so and then like over the past couple months, I really been getting real familiar with my grandma, just talking to her on like a more adult level. So that's been pretty cool. But she just went back to Denver like a week ago.
Okay.
But you know, she been staying at my auntie's house, right? Anytime she comes back to Detroit, she pretty much stays at her daughter's house. And my mom is there right now. So you know, we just been talking and, you know, just getting more familiar and just, you know, just having conversations and stuff like that. And every year back when my grandma did live in Detroit, you know, every holiday we cooking at her house and all that kind of stuff. So, you know,
it's nice.
Oh, got a good big family.
All right. So how did you meet how many children do you have? Just the one?
Just one. I got one son.
Okay. Did you want to marry his mom, or did you marry his mom?
Nah, it never even got to that level. Really, like, you know, before we even really established a long-term relationship, you know, she ended up getting pregnant. So that happened like less than a year after us even knowing each other, you know. So it was like, you know, this random stuff, you know, and it just happened, you know.
So, I mean, stayed with her a year. Where'd you meet her? How'd you meet her?
Just walking through the mall. I was just walking through the mall one day and heard somebody say, "Oh, you look cute," and I just kept walking. And she like, "Oh, you ain't gonna speak." So then, you know, after that, I just turned around and started engaging and got to talking to her, you know. But I don't really. A lot of times when I don't really go out trying to talk to people, trying to like pick up girls. Really, I just be doing my thing and stuff happened. We just end up like interacting with each other. So that's how that kind of happened. It was just random. You just somebody shouting out, "You look cute," and I just kept walking, and then they kept talking. So I'm all right. At this point, I gotta say something, you know.
Yeah, but you wasn't looking to find a woman when you went to the mall. You were actually shopping there, not.
Yeah, I was there. It was during the Christmas season. It was like during like it was probably like sometime in December. So it was like just Christmas shopping, just walking around the mall with my brothers and stuff like that.
Okay. So do you have one? You say you want more. What do you?
Yeah, I would want more, but when it comes to that, it's about the woman. You know what I'm saying? It's about having the woman that I just can tell that you know, is less drama involved. You know what I'm saying? Like I want peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't like a lot of drama. That's the kind of the reason that me and his mom didn't work out. It just was like, you know, some people you just get a negative vibe about, and it's just like it don't sit well with me. So it's like it caused a lot of tension in the relationship, and You know, when that happens, it's like you kind of just stop liking the person, really, you know.
Okay. So you end up being a dad. Do you have to pay child support now because you don't live with him? He doesn't live with
Yeah, I
you?
paid child support ever since he was born. Yeah, he'll be 14 tomorrow, actually.
Oh, well, happy birthday to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, his birthday
When you,
tomorrow.
when you became a new dad, did you struggle more with the lack of support from your family or financial pressure to pay all of the stuff
None
you
of that, man. It wasn't that. It never was really an issue. Like, my son, I don't know. I felt like it was pretty easy raising him, and you know, like, I never really had an issue like financially with him. On that level, it's just about, you know, some people they materials. You know, they want a lot of high end clothes and designer clothes, and sometimes that's not important. That stuff not important to me.
Right,
So
right.
that kind of can cause a lot of tension in a relationship too. You know, with coming to co-parenting. But since he was born, I paid child support. You know, I never claimed him on my taxes at all, and none of that kind of stuff. So it's like, you know, for me, it's not really about money. You know.
Right, right. Okay. So, how often do you see him?
So at this point, now that he older, it's kind of far in between. I go see his football game. He in football at Henry Ford the second. So he on the football team. So I try to go to his games every Thursday. I probably only missed I think 2 this season, and I think they had their 6th game 3 days ago, like whatever Thursday, a couple days ago. But so I try to see him at least like once a week now. But like for a minute, you know, sometimes I don't see him enough, you know, as I supposed to. But when I do, I try to take him somewhere. Like we go to monster truck shows, or we like to bowl and go skating. That's one of our main things is bowling and skating. So I try to just keep it regular. But now that he older, the one thing about it is he want to hang out with his friends on the weekends a lot. You know, he want to hang out on his own time because like at this point he 13, he 14 now. So it's like he want to do his own thing. He called me and just asked for money and can I get some money to go here or catch the Uber there or hang out with my friends here. Like that's all he want to do. I just got done talking to him like an hour ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when you're
But
not with him, how do you spend your free time?
my free time, I spend my free time either I like to just work on, you know, I got the motorcycle video, so I like to work on my motorcycle or just doing stuff for family. I do a lot of stuff for my family. Like right now, my mom just had hip surgery, so I'm over there off and on. My auntie moving, so I'm over there like a lot, just helping her move. I try to literally just help people out. That's what I spend a lot of time doing. You know, other than that, I'll be sitting editing videos for my motorcycle vlog, or you know, I played a video game. I played a video game with my son. Me and him played a video game together a lot. We haven't been in the past like 3 weeks, I guess, because school just started and he on the football team, so he always got practice and stuff. But that's one way I keep in constant contact with him is either through the cell phone, because I paid his cell phone, bought him a cell phone, and paid his cell phone bill, you know, all the time. So it's like that's a good way to stay in constant contact with him. Or I see him on the game, like he on the game all the time. And if I got it on, I see him on there. We just chat it up and we might play the game a little bit.
Do you beat him or does he always beat you?
We play on the same team. We like to play on teams. You know, we don't
okay.
we play against each other sometimes. He is better than me, but for the most part, we play together, you know. Yeah, we play on the same team.
Okay. So when you spend time with him, do you wonder if you're being too strict or too lenient? Or like when you first was spending time, did you think you were too strict or too lenient?
I know what you mean. With me, I kind of just like I take a lot of stuff that my dad did with me. You know what I'm saying? He never was strict. He just tell you what's right and what's wrong. That's all it really is. You know, you just tell him what's right and what's wrong. You know, with my son, I kind of like I would say more on the lenient side because like he not really a trouble kid. He don't get in trouble. So like growing up when he was younger, like we used to ride bikes a lot. I like to ride bicycles. That's why I ride motorcycles now. It's like it's just part of me just riding on 2 wheels. But like I had my son, he learned how to ride with no training wheels since he was 3 years old, and we would ride back and forth to the park all the time. Yeah, we be ride around. Like I take him. Like sometimes we do long trips with groups. You know, group of us we get together and ride our bikes to Belle Isle or something. Probably like 10-mile ride. We did that one once, but other than that, we do like maybe a 2-mile ride, 2-3 mile ride every now and then.
Okay. So when he's over there, you have to cook and clean. Which one is harder for you, cooking or cleaning?
Both for him, because he don't like to eat a lot of stuff. Like he real picky with eating. He don't eat vegetables for real. he really only eat meat, you know what I'm saying, or like junk food, and he don't like vegetables, and that's kind of hard. And when it comes to cleaning, and it's just you got to tell him multiple times sometimes to like do this and do that, or you will leave the house, come back a little while later. It just be simple stuff that it's like, you got to understand that it's a trash can right there type stuff, like that's all it be. But it's never really nothing though. But honestly though, my biggest thing is the eating thing. Like I don't like the fact that he don't like to eat. You know what I'm saying? For real, that's one of my main issues. It's like one time he told me, he probably was like, I guess at this point he might have been like 6 or 7. And I'm like, why you don't eat vegetables, man? I try to talk to him and just, understand his mind or whatever. He's like, well, it tastes like poison. I'm like, how can vegetables taste like poison? You don't even know what poison is. So it's like,
Right.
it's just the understanding, like, just eat it, and just he's scared to even try certain stuff. So it's just about the way that it look or something. He don't even want to try it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of don't like that. That's the only thing I don't like about him, for real.
Has he grown out of that, or he still is
Not
that
really,
way?
no. Nah, he's still like that. Nah, he's still like that. He don't eat certain stuff, He don't eat
Wow.
nothing, for real. Yeah.
Do you ever wonder if you're doing enough for him?
Yeah, a lot of times I don't think so. I don't think I'd be doing as much as I could, but I just look at it, I'd say the same thing about like with my dad. I'll be thinking about certain stuff like growing up, he never really gave us money or like bought us clothes, but that's not what I wanted, you know what I'm saying? But I always saw my dad all the time, or like he was always around, or he always take us places, it's because he ain't wasting money on clothes that I'm about to grow out of 2 months later, like that kind of stuff. Like my dad took us out the country multiple times. Like I ain't not far, but we went to Canada a lot. I've been to Hawaii, you know what I'm saying? I've been Atlanta, I've been to California with my dad. I've been to like everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he showed me what is more important to value, you know what I'm saying? My dad went to work every day, almost like 7 days a week, for real, every day, So he just taught me what we should value as people, and as men, you know what I'm saying?
Spending time and getting to know each other.
Yeah, for real, yeah. Like my
Okay.
dad he was great.
Okay. So when your son was younger and now, how do you keep him busy when he comes over? Or,
So when he come over, so I try to do stuff like I try to get him to cut the grass sometimes, like he can cut the grass. I had to have him shoveling snow. He ain't like that, but I try to do little stuff because like he always tend to ask me for money here and there all the time. But I'm like, you got to do stuff to earn it sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, and then so I try to do stuff like that. Other than that, when he over, like we would play the game together, you know what I'm saying? But that's just playing.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
So,
yeah, other than that, it ain't much, I don't do much. I never really got into working out. We like to ride our bikes. That's one thing. We just ride bikes. But as far as like busy as in what aspect, I don't know. He do his schoolwork and stuff. He do that before he even come over, or I ain't never really had to sit down and do work with him. Like maybe when he was younger, but it's like at this point he kind of get it. He's a smart kid. He got good grades and everything, so it's like he know how to do his work on his own and all that kind of stuff. You know.
that's good.
So
So, is there a question that he has asked you that you found difficult to answer?
there is something I can't remember right now, but there is something one time, and it's just like I can't even remember right now though. But it's like some stuff he asked, maybe it's just like maybe too personal. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to know that you're young and don't need to worry about this kind of stuff. But I can't even remember exactly what it is. But for the most part, I answer whatever he asks me though. But on some level, I'm saying some stuff is just like you got to understand, like wait, I'm an adult, or like certain stuff, certain stuff you don't even have to be concerned about.
Right. Yeah.
But I can't really remember what it was though. But it was something on that level to where it was like I just didn't want to answer it because it's like you're too young to even be asking me this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're missing something in his life by him being, a couple of miles down the road? Do you ever feel like?
When it comes to school, probably that's the one thing. Like I'm not as well, now that he's older, I'm not really involved in his school life not that much. When he was younger, I would go to his school, take him to different like after school events and stuff like that. But it's like now that he older, I really don't be involved in his school. I don't check his work. I don't see because he just tell me, hey, I got straight A's or I got all A's and a B, and that's all I need to know, because
Okay.
That's the same thing with my dad. When I was younger, like we would sit down and we would like do like math or something like that. But it's like after a while, it's like I would just do it myself. You know what I mean? It's like that's one part that that's just my part to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to really involve him in that, I guess.
Okay. So when you take him home, do you ever wonder about his safety? Do you think about that after you
There was times in the past I was, for real, yeah. But not now. Now I really don't. But back in, I say about like about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, it'd be times where I'm like, why is he coming out with scarred up like this or got scratches like this on him? And I had to ask some questions, because his mom did get married. Like me and her never been married, but she got married maybe like almost 10 years ago. And for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be certain stuff I just wasn't agreeing with when it came to her husband,
Right. But now you guys are civil and get along and.
Yeah, for the most part, especially when it comes to the football. So I go to the games, they always there. Like his mom and stepdad, either one of them either be there at the same time or at least one of them is there though. So, but other than that, we don't talk outside. We don't talk outside of being like face to face in football. Like I just got to the point where I don't I just deal with my son only. I just focus on my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to call her about nothing. I don't try to call his stepdad about nothing. I call my son and just go through that way because like it's, when you try to deal with other adults, you know what I'm saying? Tension just always gets out of nowhere. It becomes a problem. So I just cut that out. Like, so we haven't really talked on the phone in like a good year. But we talked, when we go to the games, we sit next to each other. We sit and talk all the time. But it's like, when we not around each other, it's like, it's just like, I ain't doing that no more. It's like, it's pointless. I can just talk to my son, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes.
Anything he need, he can ask for. And, other than that, you know what I'm saying? It's just me and him.
Okay. So what advice do you give him about being respectful to his elders, like especially like his mom and his stepdad? What do you tell him about being respectful to adults?
So on that level, I don't really tell him much. He pretty much respectful. I got a real good son. I tell you that though. Like I feel like my son is the best. Like, he might crack a little joke here and there, but he don't really go overboard with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he a good kid. Everybody love him. Yeah, he a real good kid. So I never have to really give him that kind of advice.
Okay, and you say he gets A's and B's, so you don't even have to worry about homework.
Yeah, like certain stuff I don't have to worry about. Yeah. I feel like he pretty much just like me as a kid. When I was a kid, I used to get good grades too. Like I used to like to hang out with my friends outside all the time, all day. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know him. Like, I grew up in a house. Like it's different than when you're growing up in like apartments or townhomes, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like because he just moved to like townhomes. And but when you grow up in an apartment, it's kind of hard to engage with other kids, because everybody ain't just outside all the time or something. I don't know. I don't really know the whole apartment life, but I know when I was growing up, all my friends would be outside every day, all up and down the street every day. So we'd go play basketball all the time or all that kind of stuff. We'd just be outside on the bikes and all that.
Okay. All right. So he's doing pretty good in school. So have you talked to him about plans after high school, like getting a job or skill trades or going to college?
One thing I did talk to him about, I talked about having a job, not after school, but I talked to him about having a job like when he turned like 14 to 15. Like he was saying he might, because we went to like a shooting range, like a golf and driving range, they call it. We went to a driving range playing golf, and he's like, I really like this. He's like, man, I can get a job here and all this stuff. So we talked about that a little bit.
Okay.
Because he said so I know they got the guys who clean up all the golf balls. They drive around in a little car, clean up the golf ball. I don't know if you need a license or something or a permit for that, but I talked to him about that. Like, you probably can get a job here, just cleaning up golf balls all day. But other than that, after school, I think I recently just talked to him about that like 2 weeks ago, but I can't remember what he said. I know right now he's thinking about being a football player. That's his thing, He on the football team, and he probably one of the best on the team. Like, it's like probably like a good, I say 3. It's probably only 3 real good people on the team. They lost every game. They haven't won a game yet, but
wow.
But yeah, but like He a wide receiver, and on the defense, what's I don't know all the sports terminology, but on the defense, he defends the receiver. So what is that? Tight end or defensive tight end or something like that? I don't know. But yeah, on the offense, he the wide receiver, and he been doing quarterback here and there. They put him. You say what?
I say it might be a safety. I don't know.
For whatever it is that defend the wide receiver, he defends the wide receiver. That's all I know. Like if so he be the one trying to catch the interceptions. But they also put him as the quarterback every now and then. He might like every game they might make him the quarterback one game. But I missed his last game on Thursday. He just told me like they made him the quarterback like for most of the game, and he said he liked the quarterback position. So that's cool.
Okay, if he got some height on him, he might.
Yeah, he getting up there. He be telling me that. He tell me that he's like, I'm gonna be taller than you in a couple of years. He tell me that all the time. Like he really like only like one head shorter than me. So if I'm 5'11", he probably like we measured him. I can't remember, but we just measured him a few weeks ago. But I think he's about 5'5" or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But he getting up there. He trying to talk about how he gonna be taller than me and all this stuff.
All right. So in this era of social media, what advice have you given him about self-esteem, bullying, or peer pressure? Or do you even have to talk to him about that?
So on that one, I mean, it was an incident once where he got suspended for school, and they were saying like he was bullying some kids or something like that, or like him and his friends was doing some bullying. I don't know what it was, but he said it wasn't him. Kids gonna try to defend themselves. But I just told him don't be that kind of kid. Don't be the kind of kid that's making fun of people all the time because you think you cool or you better or you got more than somebody else. That's what I told him, because I told him I used to get picked on all the time when I was younger, just for being light-skinned or I got like a lazy eye. I used to get picked on because of those main two things all the time my whole life, and that kind of stuff, like I never really make eye contact with people just because of I got a lazy eye, and people like always put me down about that. So it's like I'd be scared to look people in the face sometimes because of what they might think or say, you know what I'm saying? So I just tell them like don't be trying to make fun of people all that, that's probably got less than you or that probably don't look the same as you or whatever. Like, don't do that kind of stuff because, people, that stuff sit with people and, you never know how they might react,
True. So what's your favorite thing about your son?
I would say my son, he's pretty funny. Like he's pretty funny, good to talk to and stuff like that. He know how to he carry a good conversation and stuff like that. He's pretty fun. That's what I like about him for real though, because he always talking about something, or he got something going on. He like to talk about what he got going on at school or what he got going on in football and stuff like that. So talking to him is pretty good. I like that. Other than that, skating, I like skating with him. I like that he know how to skate. Like that's pretty fun too, like skating around and stuff like that.
Okay. So what matters most to you about being a dad to your son?
What matters most, I would say like his perception of me, you know what I'm saying? Like what he thinks about me. Cause anybody can think something about another person, but it's like my son, I want him to, think the good things about me. I don't want him to think like I'm not there for him, or if I don't see him for a while, it's because I don't like him or something like that. Or, I just want him to have a good idea of who I am as being his father, you know what I'm saying? Cause he got a stepdad now too. So, and he tell me like, I love both of y'all, but I could see the differences between us. Like, when I talk to my son, I never cuss. I barely even cuss in front of my son. I don't cuss in front of kids really at all. But, I just want him to know like, when you talk to me, you can talk to me about anything. I'm not going to put you down about nothing, and that's kind of how I want him to see me, as a person he can talk to and, come to me when he got an issue and not be scared about it. Cause like even growing up with my dad, I was kind of, when certain stuff happened, I'd be scared to kind of talk to him about it. You know what I'm saying? Cause thinking I'm gonna get in trouble or get yelled at or cussed at or something like that, but my dad wasn't really like that. But if you did something wrong, you're gonna get in trouble, but I want him to be able to know, like, if something happened, he can come to me. Cause I know I can always go to my dad about stuff, but it's like, you be scared to a lot, you know what I'm saying? You just be scared, and I don't want him to have that kind of fear, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So what would your perfect day with your son be like?
A day where I guess we wake up and eat some breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, like actually eat some breakfast and then you know, maybe go to like a park because like I like to go fishing too. So maybe go to a park, go fishing with him. Take him to see my mom at least because my mom really loves him, you know, and she don't really get to see him that much right now either, just because he older and his school way out there. And you know, my mom just had hip surgery, so she pretty much in recovery mode right now. So, but I took him over there like a week ago. I took him over her house, but that'd be a good day, you know, wake up, get some early fishing in, go see my mom and go take him to see my mom, come back home, maybe play the game a little bit and eat dinner. Just something simple, you know.
Right, right. So, what's the hardest part about being a single dad?
The hardest part, I would just say, just making the time to go see him because it's like, you know, being a single dad, you know, I just at home I don't have nobody around, you know what I'm saying? It's just me. So it's like, but I gotta go to work, I gotta do this, I gotta go help my family out. And it's like it's just hard, you know, with my son, he not living with me. So it's like I don't see him every day. Or if I want to see him, I gotta kind of like fit the schedule, you know, I gotta make the schedule work around what he got going on with his family over there, you know what I'm saying? So that'd be the hard part. And it's like, you know, I don't be want to be I used to go to his grandma and grandpa's house a lot, you know, back when we was like together, or even after we was broke up, I would still go over there every now and then. But now that she married, I really don't go over there no more. But his granddad was real cool guy, and like you know, I'll be going over there all the time. But it's like now, you know, it's just that awkwardness of trying to be there and go over there, but like, you know, he got a whole nother family now. So it's like it's just trying to fit him in this certain schedule to see him and all that kind of stuff. That'd be the hard part.
Okay. Um, what do you think every single dad should know about their kid?
Mm, what should they know about their kid? Maybe when it comes to me, maybe the type of music they listen to, really. Like because that just I feel like the type of music you listen to determine like your mentality sometimes, a lot of times. So and that's something different to think about. But I mean, like, you got to know what your kid is listening to, what they put in their head. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. And then,
What
I mean,
about
that's what
movies and the stuff on YouTube and the videos and stuff? You think that's important?
YouTube. So my son, a lot when he was younger. I don't know about now. He probably slowed down, but he used to just love to watch videos of people playing the video game, like YouTube videos of other people playing the game. That's what his main thing was. So that was never nothing. Okay. But the type of music he listens to, that's what I got to say. Like the type of music, you know,
okay.
You got to know what your kid is just listening to. Like, or even with but on the YouTube videos, you know, they was always like pretty much PG. They wasn't no raunchy stuff. It'd just be people playing video games. He never really watched bad content, but he do listen to bad music, you know. Like, as far as I see it, yeah. You know.
Say, what's the definition of bad music?
Music where they talking about sex, drugs, money, you know, that kind of stuff. Plain and simple, yeah, plain and simple. I mean, I know a lot of the stuff be nice and hype, but as a young kid, you know what I'm saying? It's like the parents should just help them to listen to something different. That's all I'm saying. Like anytime we ride in the car, my son, he like, can I get the aux cord? No, you cannot. Like, I don't want to listen to the kind of stuff you listen to. And I get it now that I'm older. I get it because like when I was growing up, I mean, you know, all I listened to was rap, really rap and R&B, but you know, growing up listening to either Tupac and Snoop and Biggie and all that kind of stuff, you can consider that, you know, back in the day, you know, bad music, they cussing and they talking about drugs, they talking about guns and all this kind of stuff. But it's like now I'm selective of what I play in front of my son. Like for the most part, I listen to just chill hip hop music, like just hip hop to the core music. But I just know when he want to listen to some music, he gonna listen to local hood stuff, you know. But that's, you know, but his mom and stepdad, that's what they playing too all the time, you know. So they all listening to the same kind of music together, you know. Wow. And I don't really vibe with that at all, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So I feel like well, but you know, at this point, he's like 14. When you get to that age, you know, you kind of select what you like. But he been listening to this kind of stuff since he was like 7, 8, you know what I'm saying? Certain kind of music, just playing around him. I wouldn't play certain kind of stuff around my son, you know?
Right. So,
but you know, they gonna find out. They gonna hear stuff anyway. They gonna find out they out in the world too, just like us. So they gonna be exposed to a lot of different things anyway. But me as a parent, I'm a limit to what I'm showing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be playing some raunchy ratchet music in front of them.
Gotcha.
So
So, what skill do you think a single dad should have?
what skill should a single dad have as pertaining to what, like to their son, or just in general?
Yeah, like raising, what kind of skills should you have if you're gonna have, a kid and you're single? What should you like? Should you be able to repair stuff? Should you be able to listen? Should you be able to be flexible?
Well, when you say like that, I would say the repairing stuff. Yeah, you should know how to fix stuff, and yeah, for sure. Like that's one of the main things too. My dad always taught me. My dad showed me how to make stuff when I was a kid, like how to fix bikes, how to work on this, what this part is, what this wrench is. Like that's one main thing for sure as a dad. Like if you don't know how to change a flat tire on a car, you can't. That's the bad thing. Like I know people that have a flat tire that had a spare right in the back, and they just don't know what to do. They still calling a tow truck. Like what? Like you can change a
Yeah.
flat tire in 10 minutes. Like, but yeah, my dad definitely showed me how to do a lot of that kind of stuff, like how to fix stuff, how to just fix stuff for real though. Like anything in the house, my dad would fix it first before he called anybody. And he'd show me how to do stuff. And that's one thing that is pretty good that I think every dad should know for sure.
Yeah, just
You got
like when
kids riding.
those toys that you have to put together, I think it helps when you can, if you're gonna buy a
Yeah,
kid.
so that's another thing too. My son did used to like Legos a lot, so I made like a Lego table, and we just bought a bunch of like I'm talking about $300-400 worth of Legos, and was building crap. Like, but them Legos, them little pieces get they just get to be too much. You know what I'm saying? You got 1,000 pieces per freaking box. Yeah, it'd be a lot. But yeah, definitely like fixing stuff is one of the things that a good skill for sure that every man period should know. So if you got a son, you got to know how to fix stuff. You got to teach them how to fix stuff. Because, you got a kid when your bike chain slip and you don't know how to put it back on. All it is a slip bike chain. It's like it'd be certain stuff that would just be kind of simple that a lot of kids just don't know because ain't nobody taught them.
Right. So, what is it like seeing your son growing up and making decisions? How do you feel about that? Seeing him being able to make his own decisions.
Yeah, so now I see like you can just tell like you get into that age of adulthood. It's like you get into that point to where it's like, all right, he's gonna be his own man. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make his own decisions, and like because that's one thing I never really tried to do either is try to like tell him what to do, like as far as like his appearance or as far as like what he should be doing with himself. Like I don't know, I just kind of let him be himself. I just want to let him be himself. But you can see that now he's starting to really like be himself. Like he not really or ain't nobody really telling him what he should be doing. Like as far and when I say appearance, I'm like with his hair and all that kind of stuff, how to do his hair. He just do what he want to do on his own. So it's like he trying to be himself, and I kind of appreciate that because that's what all of us are supposed to do. You got to just do it. Yeah, be ourselves. Yeah. So like I like that about him. Like he can, he know what kind of clothes he like. He know what kind of like how you want to do his hair, or he know like he like to play. He like to bowl a lot. So one of the he like bowling. So it's like I just let him make his own decisions, and until I see something wrong with it, I ain't gonna say nothing. The music be the one thing. I'm stressing the music thing, but that'd be the one thing that I tell him like, you need to learn how to listen to some other stuff sometimes.
So if you put on R&B, what does he say? Does he like?
I don't really be playing R&B, but I don't know. I don't really be playing R&B. Like I listen to rap all the time too, though. But it's just like I listen to certain artists. But it's like I don't know. Like he'd definitely be like, "Dad, can we change the music?" Like he'd tell me, like, "Can we put on something else?" His main thing, "Can I get the aux? Can I get the aux?" I'm like, "Nah, man." Sometimes I give it to him and songs come right on talking about vulgar stuff, and I'm like, so if this is what you listening to, you know what I'm saying, this stuff is in your head, you know what I'm saying? But I get it, you's a teenager now, so a lot of stuff you're gonna be exposed to. I can't stop that at all, but it's like when you with me, you gotta just know like we gonna either listen to what I'm playing or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'll let them play it sometime, but it's like after 2-3 songs, I'm like, all right, let's change it.
All right. Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
From my children. They teach you so many things. They really do. Not just about yourself, but about who they are. It is a full-time commitment. It is my first job. Nothing else supersedes this. And you have to be willing to commit to it fully. Even if you and your partner split up, you still have to be a good dad because they didn't ask to be here. You brought them into the world.
What does it mean to be a black father? I'll compare it to acting. It's the greatest role of my life. As an actor, you want to be prepared. You do everything to push your craft forward, and it's the same with fatherhood. I read books, I take advice, I have mentors. I look to my elders who have been tried and true and not rookies to this. So I'm always learning.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, to Real Dad Speak. We're talking with my guest, Andre Williams, and we're talking about raising your child when they live 7 miles away from you. So, all right, Andre, we've come to the part of the show where I call this my final five. I either ask you a question or ask you to fill in the blank. So, number one, how did you feel the day your son was born?
The day he was born, I was there in the hospital. I just was kind of like, it was just kind of like, you just something you ain't never seen before. It's like, man, what the? And then he coming out, you like, oh,
you saw him being born. You saw him being born.
Yeah, so like the day his mom was pregnant, the day she went into labor, I was working overnights, and I got a call. It had to be like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I can't remember. But they called me, and I shot right to the hospital. And a few hours later, he was coming out, and I'm like, oh, that was kind of crazy. But it was like, it was good. It was cool. It's like, I got a kid now, It was something else.
So just a new experience. Happy. Yeah, you was happy.
Definitely was happy. Definitely was happy. It was just a new experience. It's like you just feel like, man, this is because I think I was only like 22, I believe. So. And she might have been 20 or 21. So it's just like, we young, it's a new experience. It's like, man, this is just unbelievable. You just be overwhelmed. Like, this is unbelievable. This is like I got a baby just came out of her. Like, it's just kind of crazy, It was just kind of crazy.
Did they give you an opinion about what women go through? I mean, when they be saying, well, don't mess with a woman's baby. And I mean, did that incident kind of like tell you why women are so protective over their kids or anything like that? Did that occur?
I had that experience later with her because she ended up having another son, and she was pregnant, and it's like we had a little altercation, but it was like it could have been just with the hormones or what, I don't know what it is. Like you got a baby in you, and but when my son was born, it was nothing. It was like she had a little labor. She took the epidural thing, so it might have made it easier. But we didn't have any issue. It wasn't no, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It didn't seem like she went through a hard labor and none of that kind of stuff. But, I just know when, women, when she's pregnant, you just want to just let her be, let her do her thing, make her own decisions. Don't be trying to combat her with nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because stuff can get out of hand, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gave a good birth. It was nice. Like it was something else. It was it was overwhelming. She was in a hospital, and it was cool though. But and after that, what I'm saying, we just had a kid to raise. We had to all the stuff was new to us. We just had to, go with the flow and try to make it work.
Okay. All right. Number two. Huh?
No.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it worked out. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're not together, I feel like we got the best son ever, for sure.
Okay. Good for you. All right. This is a fill in the blank. So complete this sentence. Based on my life so far, I would say that my superpower is.
I would say my superpower is my ability to come through when needed for anybody that I know, my friends or who I love. Like my ability to come through. You know, a lot of times, you know, sometimes I always got something going on. Sometimes I don't be wanting to do some stuff, but when I know my people need me, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be the first one there for sure, and I'm gonna be the last one to leave. You know, I'm gonna take care of my people for sure. Like anytime they need anything, they know who to call for sure.
Okay, so you are the go-to guy.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, and this, you know, as at this point though, right now, I'm kind of like I need to just chill a little bit and just like focus on my own stuff because like I spend a lot of energy just doing stuff for people all the time, you know. And you gotta set some time aside for yourself to like focus on what you need, you know. But everything been going good for sure though. But I am the go-to guy for sure.
All right. Number 3, would you rather have endless money or endless love?
I would have to say endless love for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, money you can only go so far with it. You know what I'm saying? You can have so much money, but at some point, all money really do is just make getting materials or traveling easier. But it ain't, you know, you can have all the money in the world, but everybody can hate you and be wanting to kill you. You know what I'm saying? You got all the love in the world, people can give you money. You know, like you can have all the love in the world, and people will just give you money. So you know, endless love would definitely be better for sure.
Okay. Number 4, if you had to pick a subject to teach young men for a day, what would you teach them?
Probably wood carving. Like wood carving. I do wood carving. That's one of my hobbies for real. Like making just making like canes. I got a cane right here. It's in the works though, but I got a little cane I carved out of wood. You know, just I gotta put some more stuff onto it, but that's one thing. I got a lot of little wood stuff right here. But you know, that's a good skill. Just because I mean, I ain't gonna say it's a good skill. Like it is a good skill, but some people might not like it. But it's a good skill that you can teach somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can teach somebody how to do this, how to do that. You know what it takes to, you know, just create a piece of art out of wood. I do artistic wood stuff. I don't really do tables and stuff like that or furniture. Even though I do want to know that stuff too. I don't really know how to make certain stuff. You know, like I don't know how to build a house or anything like that. But I do want to learn that too, though. So somebody got to teach me. But as far as my wood carving goes stuff, I just make like art pieces and stuff like that. Like my sister just called me yesterday. She want me to make a because my sister that moved to Texas, she want me to make a Michigan, like the Michigan state.
Yes.
Like the state of Michigan, she want me to carve out of wood. Like this is a piece. I was doing these right here. This is like the Michigan glove. Let's see.
Okay.
So I made a bunch of these like necklaces, just necklaces like to go around your neck. But that's a good skill to teach people because it's like, you know, it's pretty simple. You know, little materials, a couple carving tools or little drills in here and there. You can make some stuff, you know, just make some wearable art. Like I done had this piece probably like 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I done sold a bunch of them. So like this is probably the only one I got left. But I kind of got off making these necklaces. Now like my main thing is trying to make walking canes and stuff like that, walking sticks. But yeah, that's a good skill that I would teach somebody.
All right. Number 5, and my final question is, if you could see the future, what would you want to know?
If I can see the future, what would I want to know? That's a pretty tough one because my thing about that is I don't really try to look past what I got to do within the next 24 hours. I try not to look too far ahead, but I really don't though. But if I could, for me personally, it'd be I want to see where I'm going with my house because like I got a few things I need to do in my house and like I want to see it. I want to see my house immaculate. You know what I'm saying? I want to see my yard like to a point to where it's like this thing is beautiful because I got like a lot of yard around here. And I want to see if I'm gonna get there, but I know I am. You know, I know I'm gonna get there, but you know, I don't try to look too far ahead. You know what I'm saying? I just know I got to just take it a day at a time with a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to see. I want to see my yard in its full capacity. You know, because I got a big yard and I want to have a place where you know my family can come over and we can have barbecues. We can do whatever. Like I done had it in the past. Like for sure. Like every year on my birthday for the past couple of years, I like to shoot fireworks. So like I had a fireworks party over here. We shot fireworks all day. barbecue, play ping pong, and all kind of stuff, all outside of my house, you know. So I kind of want to just see my house on a level where I want it to be, where I know it could be at. You know, that's what I want to see in the future.
Would you want to see anything about your son? His future?
Oh, he's gonna be involved in that. You know, he'll be involved. Well, when it comes to him, I want to see like what his decision with school after high school, because I don't really know if he want to go to college or not. I kind of just asked him that like 2 weeks ago, and he said he do want to go to college, but we didn't really talk too much about it. I know he do say he want to be. Well, he just told me like when I get in the NFL, we ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. That's what he told me. So I know he do want to be in the NFL or something like that. I don't know. You know, I try to kind of like, I don't tell him not to do football, but I kind of try to like tell him to explore his options. I know with football, it's like a real contact sport, and I just know lately it'd be a lot of stuff going on with you know, just injuries and concussions. Like I went to a bunch of his games, and it was a bunch of injuries. So I just want to see if he gonna continue with football or if he gonna make a different decision and do something else. You know. But I'm gonna let him do his thing, you know. But that would be nice to know if he gonna stick with football or if he gonna go to college and do something different. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, young man. That's the end of the show. And thank you for sharing.
Yes. Thank you for having me on the show. It's good to talk about some stuff for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got to watch more of your podcasts and stuff. It's just, you know, I know it takes just getting involved and, you know, just having the time to sit down and do it. You know, we just spent the hour here talking. So that's a good conversation. That's some good talk.
Yes, I think so. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Real Dad Speak. We come on every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you for joining us. And have
peace, y'all.